Wow, wow, wow. The Turkish team is out. Turkey is out of the World Cup in the group stage. I probably not I probably was not the only one, or maybe I was the only one that had Turkey as one of the dark horse of this World Cup. Dark horse of this World Cup. And you will not be crazy if you had them. But wow, the loss against Australia was bad already, but this one, you are playing against 10 men for than more than 50 minutes. You tell me you can't score? You have the likes of Ada Guler, Kenan Yildiz, kind of I'm gonna, I'm gonna mess up. Yo, I can never say his name, bro. I'm very terrible at pronouncing names though. Um Kalanoglu. Kalanoglu. There you go. You got Kajioglu. Like, let me not say name. Let me say the leagues y'all played for. You got players from Italy, England, Spain, in your team against a bunch of guys that most of them playing their football in around Americas, the Americas. Besides NCSO, I would say that's playing in Europe. That I know for a fact. Let me see. Gomez had a transfer. Okay, Gomez is a Brighton right now. What the hell was that? You guys had all those occasions, all those shots. Can't score against Paraguay? The same Paraguay that's got conceded 4 goal against the US. Wow. If you had told me this before the competition started, I would be saying you're lying, but that's exactly what happened. Unbelievable performance from the Turkish. And how can we not talk about the main topic from this match? Almiron got sent a red card because he said something to one of the Turkish player, but he covered his mouth. And at first, I did not understand or what was going on. I only saw the Turkish player running to the referee and be like, "Oh, he said it, he said it." I'm like, "Hold up, what am I not missing? What am I missing?" Next thing I see, referee so listening to VAR, go to the VAR, checked it, come around, red card album. I was like, did he say something, racist or vulgar or something to the Turkish player? Then I went to Twitter and I saw people talking about it. Was like, yeah, it's a rules that FIFA just introduced. If you say if you say something, you don't have to cover your mouth because honestly, if you do cover your mouth, something bad you're saying because you want the camera to catch it. And I was like, oh, for real? I'm like, this is interesting. Because the many times I seen players do this just to say something, I myself be wondering what they are saying. Because if you do have to cover your mouth to say something, you know it is something bad. You don't want the rest of the world to see. And if players starting to get extinction for that, I think this is a great thing that FIFA brought up. FIFA don't make a lot of good decision all the time, but implementing this rule, I feel like this is one of the best move in a while. Okay, and Miron might get that red card. He might feel this was rough for me. I didn't deserve it. Yeah, yeah, that because neither me nor you know what he said. So technically, we have to take it as something bad because you had to cover it for the camera to not catch you or anything. But even though that red card happened, Turkey, the Turkish, could not use this at their advantage. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And that man, I gotta talk about him. I gotta give him his flower. And Cecil, this is a proper South American bowler. Pressing, dribbling, creative, shooting. This man was doing every single thing. Paraguay have a proper footballer. I thought Almian was gonna be that for them, but Enciso take that to a whole nother level. And I hate the fact that he's owned by Chelsea. Because if I'm not mistaken, they bought him from Brighton and they sent him right on loan to Strasbourg in France. I might got that wrong though. But yeah, I think it's owned by Chelsea. Like, unbelievable. Unbelievable. But honestly, I gotta say shout out to Paraguay. Cause usually when a team go down early in the game, you automatically say that that team gonna lose. Because they won't be able to keep up to the whole game or mostly the whole game with one man down and hoping to get a result. They did that. They defended with their life. Guys, if you're looking at the stat, right? I'm looking at the stat right now. Turkey had 32 shots, not shot on target, 32 total shots, and they have 5 on target. They had 32 total shot, but 5 shot on target. and guess how many shot Paraguay got on target? 2 shots. And one of them was a goal. Turkey is fake. Turkey, it's a fake team, bro. How? How? You know what? So far, the tournament had a bunch of shock. This one is the shock. This one's another shock. Both losses are shock. Did y'all see on Twitter the way the Turkey government was sending those players, they're sending them away to America with a whole car patrol and everything, just for them to deliver this 2-0 against Australia and 1-0 against Paraguay, against 10-man Paraguay. Paraguay, the US destroyed, by the way. Wow. And their last game is against the US. I don't know. I think all you can do right now is save face. But US gonna be in their own turf. They're not gonna want to lose. Even though they're qualified, they're not gonna want to lose to you. Who is you? And you know, situation like this, right? There's so much a coach can do, and I guarantee you, the people is gonna look at the coach more than the players. The players want to do one on the field. He put all his best players. Guys, this seems full of players that's playing on one. Yeah. I don't know, man. What's going to happen to Turkey, man? They really need to look at themselves because Wow, that was disappointing. And last game versus the US, this US team that's playing right now, the way Pochettino had this guy playing, Pochettino didn't play yesterday. Pochettino didn't even play with Polishes. He went with a front 12, Balogun and Pepe. They still put on masterclass against Australia. And you're giving that Turkey team that full of frailty in the defense. They can't score. They might leave the tournament with 0 goals scored. A team that we seen as a dark horse for this tournament. Disappointing, man. Disappointing. Anyway, guys, this was my reaction for Paraguay versus Turkey. It was a late game, a very, very late game. I had work the next day in the morning at 8 a.m. I watched that game. It was like 11 p.m. The game was done around like 1 something. I was bit. Right now, I'm shooting this video right after work, man. I had to speak about it. It was on my mind. If you guys enjoy this content, please like, comment, and share. Don't forget to subscribe.